This is John Williams and Andy Boulton. Starting with last night when we played in Salisbury, which is kind of where the band started off. First time there for about 30 years, so that was quite a big homecoming. Great show for us. Tonight we're at the Borderline in London. Shows in Paris.
And then it's mainly European tour. And then we've got Belgium, Holland, and then a big festival in Germany.
Hi folks, Andy from Tokyo Blade here, and we're in the studio at the moment doing some pre-production work for the next album. So we thought we'd take the opportunity whilst we're here in a nice stable environment with all our equipment to do something that we've been asked several times by people to do, which is to give you a bit of an insight into the Tokyo Blade sound, what gear we use, how we get the sounds that we get, and you know, for people out there that are beginning to play guitar, this will be particularly useful for you. There's lots of stuff on the internet already, but we're just going to give you our perspective on how we get our sound, and hopefully it may help you get yours. So here we go. Okay, right, here we are then at the business end. Now these days I'm using, I've kind of gone off the whole production guitar thing because I think that really quality control and a lot of the top production guitars unfortunately has slipped, and so I get guitars now built to my specification, and the great thing about that of course is you can actually have exactly what you want, exactly the way you like it. This is a Strat made by a friend of mine whose company is Mad Turk Guitars. If I'm working with a clean sound, this is my favourite kind of setting, this where we're on this pickup here, where we've got half the pickup being used. Gives you a really nice and we can go over to this other single coil here. You can hear how lovely those pickups are. They really are very, very good. That's just a straight clean sound. I've got a little bit of delay on the amp now. That's all I've got. There's none of this is being used at all. I am plugged into it, but nothing's turned on. Okay, so this is just dead straight. That's a lovely shimmery tone. I'm sure anybody out there that's used single coils would agree. That's a very nice tone from a pair of single coils. Now, what happens when we put some distortion on? Well, again, as I say, in Tokyo Blade, we're generally concerned with using the bridge pickup. That's where most of the stuff that we do comes from. But when I get a chance to use the other pickups, let me just give you an idea of what kind of sound that we're getting out of those. So, back on with the distortion. This is the bridge pickup on 4. On half. Now that's with the toggle switch up 1. You can hear the difference in tone. Onto the single coil. And onto the bass. So I think that shows you some of the sounds that you can get out of the three different pickups there. I would be very, very wrong not to mention the fact that I don't know whether whether the camera can even do that body justice, but look at that. That's a fantastic, isn't that a fantastic piece of wood? That is ash, and it's finished with nitrocellulose, the lacquer, not 2-pack, which is the one that's used today heavily, so that will age beautifully like the old guitars used to. The amp that I'm using today is a Hughes & Kettner. It's a Switchblade 100. Now I just want to explain a couple of things here, because when you see, a lot of times when you see videos on the internet, You know, you see this guy with a whole bucket load of stuff, and he says, well, this is how I get my sound, and you don't actually know what he's using, which is what's turned on and what's turned off. So to keep this really, really straight for you, none of this here is plugged in. The only thing that I've got plugged in here is the G-Spot, which is from a company called Ollies. The great thing about this is it gives me effectively 3 channels. I've got my clean channel for the clean solos that I do and the little bits of clean rhythm, and then I can switch straight away to putting this on. When we're on the green light here, we're on channel 1. Straight away you can hear there, we've got a lot of gain on that. Not too much background noise either, which is very, very good. So this is kind of where what I'm using for my hard rhythm sound, if you like. And then having this extra channel on here enables me to put in a higher volume setting and perhaps maybe a little bit more gain for the solos, which are on channel 2. Okay, you can hear the difference between those 2 channels. I can make that a bit more pronounced if necessary. I could turn the volume up on channel 2 a little bit more. I'm sure that you're looking at all these pedals and thinking, but what does this do and what does that do? Well, the truth is none of them are connected. None of them are connected at all. There's no leads going into any of them, okay? But I have now added into my loop this little pedal here. This is also made by Ollies. Now this pedal will enable you to just get loads and loads and loads of clean boost. This could be if you're running a really long cable and you've got a lot of signal loss, or it could be for just a boost for solos. Now I'll show you what I mean. If I go back onto my solo channel, then I hit the boost. I'm sure you can hear that's not up full, but it gives you quite that's about halfway. It gives you quite a lot of boost. But this is another one of Chris's pedals. This is another great pedal. This is actually enables me to do away with my really do away with my whole backstage rig, and allows me to just get all of this out through the PA. You're already saying to yourself, it's just a DI box. It's not. It's a little bit cleverer. We've got a speaker emulation. Again, built by Chris. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic box. You can take this and maybe a delay or a chorus with you out on the road and just plug that straight into a PA and get a great guitar sound. The other pedals that I use from time to time wouldn't ever be without Boss. This is the DD20 digital delay. You've got a memory on it, tap tempo, everything. MXR analog chorus, my favourite chorus pedal. Keeley compressor for my clean sounds. Deja Vibe, same deal. Great pedal, gives you those Hendrixy, Gilmour type rotary speaker effects. And the other pedal that I'm into at the moment is the Boss PS6 Harmonist. Got major and minor settings there, the key that you can adjust, and the various different harmonies there on the next switch, and a balance at the end. But wherever I am, the one thing that I do insist on is Celestions. These are vintage 30s, the only guitar speaker in the world. Don't waste your time with anything else. That, I think, just about wraps everything up. I hope that this video has been of some help to somebody. Thanks, bye-bye.